Out onto the lake just a little way. I'll do a quick safety talk, right, and then we'll get moving around, go and look at some of these icebergs. It's a pretty good day because some of them actually rolled over, probably this morning or yesterday. So we've got some nice blue ice out there. You don't see that every day, so. Does anyone know where the Tasman Glacier is? Come to see today. Yep, you guys know there. So that is the Tasman Glacier, way up the other side. So we're going to go and have a look at the icebergs over here. We're right the way down. They often very flat underneath the water too. And that broke off the glacier. It would have been about 2.5 weeks ago now. Me and Duncan were up the end and we saw it as an iceberg. And we said, oh, I hope that gets to move down this end. Next morning, it's right down this end here. There's hardly any wind overnight. We were really surprised. Since then, it's been moving its way along and it's ended up really at the outlet. This is the outlet, so that's where the river broke through the wall there, and that river runs all the way out down the valley. That's the Tasman River. So this does feel a little bit like the old Antarctic, doesn't it? This is the only day, I've been here for about 2 years, the only day I've ever seen it like this. I've seen the ice, I've seen ice stick on top, but not like this, sort of ice, sort of snow flows. It's really weird and really cool. A little bit of wind here. Notches. That's where the water is always wearing away around the perimeter of the iceberg. So it's always wearing away some of that 10%. And as it wears away some of the 10% above the water, the iceberg is always compensating. It's always rising up, you see, on one side at least. If a huge piece breaks off the edge, it has on that one, pieces break off, you can see it over this side too. See that corner in the middle part of that iceberg there. That whole corner of big boulders have fallen off, broken off. And what happens then is it's lost a lot of its 10% that's above the water, and then it will rise up by quite a few metres, even 90 degrees, even turn right over. And what I didn't tell you earlier was that 90% that's hidden under the water. It's all really, really blue ice. It's really solid. You see it's a bit more blue under there where it's been out of the sun. Saying, sitting under the water, it's like one solid piece of ice. This one's actually starting to waste away already. The icebergs and the glacier are always picking up really just you can see them sort of start to shake. Oh, it doesn't fall apart, though. That might break apart pretty easily. You can have a look in there as well, and you can see some of the rock flour, some of the
Oh, yes, we'll put a rocks in it.
It's chilly, eh? You get your hand in the water now. Whoops.
Oh, I the flicks. See the flicks in it?
I don't think it will. Oh, it's
really?
That's a nice piece of steel.
You can have a taste of it as well, as long as it's clean, that is. Watch out for the rocks in there. So this ice is around 300 to 600 years old as well. So that's how long it takes to be made. I'll tell you in a moment how it gets made. What an environment. So that one's tipped up as well. This area here is much less crystallised, whereas the area that's been with the sun is more crystallised.
Do you have to pay much to do this job?
Yeah, all these icebergs as well, all of these ones that are in the lake now, they came from a carving that happened 31st of January. Sometimes they can last way more than a year. So all these ones are just around the world.
Oh, look at that. Cracking.
Like lightning. Cool, eh? Like lightning. This should give us some fun.
Like we're giants on an iceberg.
Yeah. So that one's rolled over as well, just overnight probably, or this morning, with all that wind that we had. So the old 10% is just the area on the right here, tipped up 90 degrees and rounded out again on the shore. You know, look, looks like that right there. Cool, huh? So you can break some of them off, look at that. There you go, that's those ice crystals, look. Oops. Hold it. So they're all the gases, just inside there. Comes apart real easily. Here's the face of the Tasman Glacier. It's about 30 metres above the water and it goes down to around 280 metres. And this is where all of the icebergs have come from. They're all broken off from here, or carved off of the glacier, and they're just floating around in the lake, being blown around. You can see a few darker areas, see blue areas. They're pretty much turned white now, but there's a few blue areas on their early. That's where some of the smaller ones that are down this side they came from overnight, I reckon. So it's a melting and a carving glacier, so it's melted away from the grey scars. You can see that scar along the wall on the left and the small scar on the right hand side there. So that's where it used to be those 100 years ago or so. That's where it's melted away from the top. But it's also carving, and that means pieces are breaking off of it all the time. Two types of carvings we have. The first type is called the block carving, and that's where pieces are breaking off from above the water and it's retreating above the water. That means nothing's breaking off from below though. And we've got a huge shelf that comes out for about 200 metres under the water, coming out towards us, then going down for around 280 metres. So, huge blue shelf. Those are called basal carvings when they occur.
3, 2, 1.
So, yeah, not far at all. But like I said, they're just like any other river really as well. They're just slowly grinding away everything in their path, especially around the edges. The middle part would be moving faster, so it'll be much wiser ice. The angle where the glaciers just ground away, they've all collected up the rock, then dumped it down the valley. So, huge amount.
Got some friends, really.
Kidding. Made it.
Got it all, yeah. Guys, I hope you enjoyed your trip out anyway today.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Saying before, do you have to pay much to do this job?